Hi, welcome. Hope Zvara here, creator of Core Functional Fitness, and I'm here to take you through a great mini ball workout today. So when using the small ball, one, the body is much more responsive, and what we can end up doing is we end up using our actual core to do the workout rather than pulling and straining at other body parts that don't really belong in the movement. So I want you to pay attention that you're in charge today of everything that you do on this mini ball and on your mat, rather than just trying to, one, bounce on and off the ball, but two, picking up on if your neck or hip flexors are trying to do the work for you. Our deep core includes pelvic floor, transversus, which is our big corset muscle underneath all the tissues that you can touch, as well as our erectors that run down the spine, the multifidi that is actually in between all of the vertebrae, and the diaphragm. So what you'll notice is that these muscles can help you find more strength, not only in the exercises today, but also just in your daily movements in general. So what you'll need today is a mini ball and a block. As you can see, I have an audience today. My little guy Ivan is joining me, and so maybe you have a little one at home too that's joining you as well. So take your block, set that right between your thighs, and engage on the block. So that will help trigger more of the core line from your inner arch through your inner thigh into the pelvic floor, and so just going to have much more likely chance to stay contracted, but also help keep the hip flexors at bay. Sitting nice and tall on your sitting bones, exhale, gently press the sacrum into the green ball of the small ball behind you, keeping length on your front body. Let's slowly ride the ball back, drop your shoulders down, chin level with the floor. Let's start with a single arm lift. Relaxing the shoulders, plug the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the left arm, fully rotate the head to the right, exhale down to center. Inhale, opposite. And exhale. Now noticing 360-degree core as you move, that you should be able to feel your back muscles. Arm rotates in towards the center line and fully rotate the head. You might find that little earthquake in the core happening. Welcome to your deep core muscles. Focus on breathing wide into the rib cage. So way up here rather than down into the belly. So looking for what I like to call rectus pufus. Basically the belly muscles popping out. It's telling you that what you're engaging in is currently too much for you. So really think of almost like gum on the inside of your body. You're not sucking in the core, but you're trying to keep it nice and stable and strong. Now let's pick it up double time. So it's going to be inhale, exhale. Onto the shoulders. Steady on the ball. Focus on not being sloppy. 3 more each way. Steady. Last set. Deep breath in. Lift your trunk. Exhale. Bring yourself up slowly. Nice. Take a nice breath in and a nice breath out. Awesome. Sitting nice and tall. Hi. Sitting nice and tall. Ivan agrees. Let's tilt the sacrum into the green ball, nice long body, and now bring it back again 45 degrees. Pelvic floor, bathroom muscles are engaged. Watch that you're not hunching or rounding, overusing the chest muscles and shortening the length between the sternum and the pubis. I want you to keep some length without popping yourself open, okay? So again, 360-degree core. So we're back at that 45. Arms are gonna come out and out, open to T, palms face up. Root your shoulders, and there's no weights here, but just opening past that midline, you should be noticing more core strength and more oblique strength. So coming from the midline, opening up to a nice T position. Imaginary bicep curl. Exhale, curl in, root your shoulders. Inhale, extend out. Pull up on the pelvic floor. Exhale, keep your shoulders and elbows level. Exhale. Chin is down. Exhale. Keep breathing. Imagine bungee cords pulling in. So actually make a muscle with your bicep. 5 more. 5. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Arms swoop in front. If you need to, support. Lift through your trunk and bring it up slow. Move your block. Rest forward. Take a few breaths. Roll it up nice and slow. Again, one more time. Block goes between the thighs. If you don't have a block, feel free to use a rolled towel or even use a second mini ball if you have one. Giving that block a nice secure hold, sitting nice and tall. Again, sit bones feel like they're contracting because the pelvic floor walls are contracting. Nice and tall with the spine. Relax your shoulders down. Sacrum kisses into the ball. Let's ride it back about 45 degrees. Awesome. So now we're going to work nice big circles. So let's start big and work our way smaller. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Keep your shoulders, or more so your shoulder girdle, nice and steady. So can I move my arm in its socket without moving the actual shoulder blade? Nice. Inhale, exhale. Feel that contraction, almost like you're drawing a smiley face underneath the belly button. Hug on your block, scoop wide. Inhale, breathe wide into your ribs like a butterfly opening its wings. So nice big circles. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Nice. Now let's reverse it. Then we'll slowly make them smaller. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor. Chin stays down. Torso is super steady. Three more. Last one. All right, now we're going to go back that first direction and go from large to small. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Slowly getting smaller. 4 more. 3 more. Core strong. 2 more. And 1 more. Now let's reverse small to large, going the opposite way. Shoulders plug back, heart is lifted. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Hug on your block between your thighs. 4 more. So 4, a little bit larger. 3, shoulders are down, chin is level. 2, and 1. Arms come in front. Deep breath in, lift through your trunk. Exhale, bring it up nice and slow. Great job. Move your block, move your ball, and slowly come onto your back. Yeah, you agree, don't you? All right. Ball comes underneath the sacrum. Neutral pelvis. Relax the front ribs down, so try to broaden out the upper back. Now remember, stability is always our first priority. If I can't be stable, I can't be mobile. What ends up happening is, 1, we're just doing the movement for the sake of doing it, but 2, we're misfiring, using the wrong muscles for the job, and all we're going to do is keep training our imbalances. I really want you to focus on those deep core muscles and stability and work from there. So again, rib cage is down, neutral pelvis, pelvic floor engages. Arms are at your sides, relax your shoulders, palms face in. Contracting the pelvic floor, lift 1 leg at a time. That green ball is underneath your sacrum. Nice. I'm either going to I'll work the same side as you. My right arm down into the floor. I can bend my right arm, or I can extend my right arm to the ceiling. Now mind you again, this may be a more challenging variation, but if you can't be stable, your body again is using the wrong muscles. So it's not for you. Go back to where you feel comfortable and just enough of a challenge to keep control. Left arm comes up, and we're going to work opposite arm, opposite leg. So inhale, push the leg away, bend and extend the arm overhead. Focus on lots of length without popping the rib cage. Exhale, swipe it back to center. Nice. Inhale, bend and extend. Internal rotation on the arm. Exhale, feel your trunk move you. So if I hold my waistline, I can very much feel my core co-contracting, meaning I'm using all my deep core muscles. Breathe wide into the ribs. Exhale. We're starting with a bent elbow so we can really honor the shoulder socket. No rectus pufus. Now really focus on internal length from fingertips to heel through your core. Nice. Let's try 2 more. We're going to go to 10. Nice job. Let's try the opposite side. So rooting the arm, choose your arm variation. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale, focus on internal space, so lengthening through the midline of the body. Exhale. If you're wiggling all over the place like a hula dancer, back off. More is not more. The more contracted in the deep core, pelvic floor transversus, the more you're going to feel stable, but also you're going to feel that hip flexor is able to kind of stay at bay. If you are feeling a lot of hip flexor flaring, try angling the leg to a higher angle. and then back to center. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Drop the feet down. Now extend your legs out. Arms overhead. Let the ribs lift. Drop your hips side to side for a nice hip flexor stretch. So it's almost like you're falling off the ball, but not quite. If you notice one side's a little bit tighter, just pay a little bit extra attention to that side. Nice. Now slowly bring the arms down, rebend the knees, readjust the green ball underneath you as need be. Pelvis is in neutral. This time now, left hand will go back behind the head, keep the elbow wide. Right arm's going to come up shoulder level. Feet are planted, hips do not move on the ball. Pelvis is in neutral, rib cage relaxed. I hope you could hear all that. All right, deep breath in, lift through your trunk. So exhale, I'm lifting to the bottom of my shoulder blades. My upper rectus is doing a lot of work to keep me lifted. I'm not in my neck and chest muscles. I'm going to reach into my deep cargo pocket. Exhale, oblique, inhale, center. Exhale, oblique, inhale, center. My pelvis, though, is not moving on the ball. I'm super steady, pelvic floor muscles engaged. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Reach for that deep cargo pocket. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. Last one. Nice. Switch sides. Again, I'm lifting from my rib cage, my trunk. I'm not just pulling the head off the floor. Imagine trying to get to the bottom of your shoulder blades. Here we go. 10 rounds. Exhale. 10, 9, 8. Keep breathing. Think about it. 7, 6, 5. Pull up on the pelvic floor. 4. Oblique contracts. 3. Keep the bent elbow back. 2 and 1. Nice job. Lower the head back. Turn the head side to side. Nice job. Lift your hips. Remove the ball. And now come onto your side. Let's say your right side. And slide the ball underneath your oblique. So I'm between the rib and the hip. Lengthen your legs out. If you're on a yoga mat, use one edge of the mat. The edge doesn't lie. You want to be in one long line. If your hips feel a little bony, feel free to pad the hip with maybe a folded towel or extra part of your mat. When you're ready now, bring the elbow underneath the shoulder line and push down into your arm as you feel the bottom rib lift up. So we have this nice long line. The ball is just there to simply reconfirm it. Keep your hips stacked, flex your top foot. Now deep breath in. Exhale, pelvic floor contracts. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, contract the pelvic floor. Every time your leg comes down, pull your bottom ribs up. When you lift the leg, I'm trying to kick more with the outside of my heel to keep the side seam of my pant facing up. 5 more. So 5, you should feel the entire sideline of your body. 4, no hip flexor. 3, press into the base arm. 2, and 1. Now let's pulse leg times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Core is stable. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower it down. Nice job. Bend your knees. Come up to center. Let's try the opposite side. You're doing good. All right, again now. One long line. Elbow sits under the shoulder. Make that checkpoint for yourself. Lift up through the bottom ribs. Stack your hips. And stack your legs. Flex your feet. Now front belly and lower rib is drawn up and in. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze the orange between the knees. Inhale, check that there's no external rotation. Exhale. Exhale, pull up on the bottom rib. Nice challenge for the outer glute max, which is the lower glute muscle. You're doing great. Really focus on feeling. 2 more. Last one, and then we're going to pulse. Here we go. It's very mindful movement, not sloppy pulsing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower it down. Nice job. Bring the knees in. Bottoms of the feet together, bound angle, sitting nice and tall. Relax the shoulders back, nice long body. Slowly bring it forward. Lots of open space on the lower back. Try not to collapse your ribs onto your pelvis. So keep the length of the torso as you fold. If you have a lot of knee sensitivity, press your heels more forward. Slowly bring it back up and draw your knees together. Nice job. Let's come into tabletop. As you come into tabletop, take your green ball. A lot more challenging here to be on this ball, non-stable surface. So if need be practicing on the floor with no ball. So imagine now a bungee cord from your knee into your belly. And so that bungee cord is going to keep the leg from rolling away. You lose that deep contraction, your leg is going to come out from behind, underneath you. So keeping the ball on the knee, not on the shin, curl your toes under. I call this a kickstand. Neutral pelvis, rib cage lifted, back body nice and broad. Let's extend the leg first. I like the idea of sneaking. Hug the center line deeply as you slide the leg out, big toe barely rests on the floor. Now with the folds of the elbows forward, when you get ready to lift your right arm out to T, no dumping into your left arm. So slowly lift and let's hold here and breathe, torso square with the floor. If you're going to choose to lift the back leg, do not lift it any higher, then you can keep your hip bones tipped up into your core. Let's go 5 more breaths. You're doing good. Check with your ribs. Exhale down slow. Try to come in and out of the movement as though it's part of the movement. Opposite side. You're doing good. When I think about my practice and even teaching, I try to be realistic. And the reality is I have a family. I have small kids, and so there's no reason why you can't include them in your workout. Folds of the elbows forward, neutral pelvis, right, Ivan. Back body broad, rib cage is lifted up. So again, same thing, steadiness and stability is the goal. Slide the leg back, barely rest the big toe. That way you're telling your brain, okay, this is not a resting point. Press away from the floor into all 10 knuckles. And as you choose to lift your left arm off, there should be no leaning to the right. If there is, come back and do it again. And then finally, lifting that back leg. Focus on length without dropping the rib cage. 10 breaths. Square the hip. Keep breathing. Press away from the floor. 2 more breaths. Down slow. And release. Nice work. Grab your block now. Let it set it down like a rectangle in front of you. We'll work with a little puppy dog. Turn your palms in. The reason why this is important is because it's going to help open up the shoulders. When you turn your palms down, it's going to emphasize more of a rounded upper back. So if anything, you can even try turning your palms up. So we want to think about why we're doing what we're doing in the hopes to create more of a balanced body. So palms turn in. Thumbs can also go on top of the block. Push down through your forearms to pick up out of your shoulders. Curl your toes under, keep the knees bent, and lift your hips, focusing on pulling your head off the floor and really broadening the back. Push down through the forearms, keep your knees as bent as you need to. So if when you lift, your body comes forward, bend your knees to create more length. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Imagine cutting a very thick piece of cheese from your elbow to your pinky. So press down in order to lift up. Most of us are very locked up in the shoulder girdle, so we really want to open that up. Nice. Now step your feet back and slide your body forward and come into forearm plank. No hunching. Draw your sternum forward and again, press down through your forearms. That will shift the load back into your core. Knees are always a great option. Keep your hip bones tipped up into your core. Engage the legs. Let's hold and breathe. Lifting through the deep core, contract your pelvic floor, float up, walk your feet in back to puppy dog. Resist the temptation to move into down dog. Most of us, our shoulders are way too locked up to be actually practicing down dog safely and effectively. Puppy dog is a great precursor. It's kind of like I gotta master puppy dog before I can truly master down dog. Nice job. Back into forearm plank. You can do it. Modify your knees. If you start using all the wrong muscles, come into the right ones in any way that you can. Drop down slowly. Move your block. Hand over hand, forehead rest on the hands. Draw the legs absolutely parallel and root through the tops of the feet. Anchor your pubis bone, and if you struggle with that, if you have a lot of lordosis, the pelvis is kind of locked forward, place a hand towel folded underneath the hip bones, and that will help angle your pelvis. Keeping your hands glued to the forehead, draw the shoulders back, deep breath in. Exhale, lift your body and focus on equal contraction on both sides of the back without the legs rolling one way or another. So keep them parallel and keep rooted. Deep breath in and deep breath out. I love this variation because it focuses on opening the chest and creating a positive load in the core, including your back muscles. Feet do not lift, stay lengthened and rooted. Do not be afraid to work your back. Most people feel like any sensation down here is negative so that they don't do it at all. But you need to work on your back muscles. They are a part of your core. I like to think of it as 360-degree core. One more breath. Down slow. Breathe out. Nice. Now you're going to take your black or your green ball and you're going to set it between the ankles. So make sure you're more ankle heel than ankle shin. Give it a nice squeeze, toes on roll, and really make sure your thighs are parallel. This will really teach you when you lift the lower body to stay in the hamstring and gluteus maximus. For many people, they roll out and lift to try to use more of the outer leg line and the upper glute. Same thing, pubis bone stays rooted. Focus on moving from the hip socket, not from the knee. We'll work in a forehead resting on the forearms or hands position. Trying to keep the upper body relaxed as much as you can. Keep the strength down in the lower body. Deep core is still contracted. Let's try to lift 10 times on the exhale. Exhale, lift and lower down slow. Keeping a strong trunk. Exhale and inhale. No rolling with the ball. Exhale, keep it in the lower glutes. Our lower glutes are important because they help stabilize the pelvis. So if you plan on doing any standing or any walking, even running, and sadly most runners do not have a glute max, which is unfortunate because it's a really important muscle, this guy needs to be developed. Except, I want you to focus on using your pelvic floor first. If you have any pain in the upper glute, you know you're not rooting your pubis bone. Two more. Now stay lifted, bend your knees and flex your feet, and let's raise the roof here. Exhale, press up. 1, down. Keep your pelvis rooted. 2, 3, no back pain. 4, keep the ball level. 5, so no squishing between the ankles. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Upper body stays soft. Let's pulse it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's not a big movement. Use your hands, tuck your elbows in. Core is strong. Press up and back. Stretch the spine. Let's reach the arms to one side and kick your hips off your heel. And then coast through center. Kick your hips to the opposite side. Stretch open. Imagine untucking your shirt from your pants. And then back to center, roll it up slow, and swing your legs off to the side. Come to a seated position, simple cross-legged easy pose, and if your knees sit higher than your hips, I'll encourage you to sit on a blanket or several blankets. Open the arms, relax your shoulders. Now root what would be your right leg. Drop the left arm down. Shoulder relaxes, fold of the elbow turns out. Bend your opposite elbow, palm faces the head. Slide the arm out to honor the shoulder as you root the socket down. Now press down through the opposing sit bone as you focus on lifting your rib cage. The goal is not the floor, the goal is to feel space. If necessary, hold the side of the head and press through the elbow. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Extend the top arm, reach to the center, and then as we roll over to the opposite side, draw the arm back up to that bent position and slide it out, rooting the shoulder down. So with my forearm towards the floor, I have a little bit longer arms. Keep the bottom shoulder relaxed and push into the bottom arm to root the opposing hip. Inhale, exhale, either reaching with the top arm or I'm going to cradle the head, use it as a little weight, and press through the top elbow. Now imagine that your breath is helping to break that space between your hip, your rib, and your underarm. Reach with the top arm, stretch the lower back. As you slowly roll up, fingertips interlace, knuckles under the chin. Inhale, tip the head back, lift the heart. And exhale, hands to the heart. Rise up through the fingertips, inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Great work. Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say goodbye? So again, remember, every little bit counts. And no matter what you do and where you do it mindfully and with purpose. For more information, visit my website at hopecorefitness.com, and I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message anytime. From my heart to yours, from our soul to yours, say bye, bye, namaste. Bye.